Welcome everyone to the Female Bodybuilding channel. And today we're joined by Stephanie Marie and we're joined by JB there. And we are going all over the places now because we're going to Portugal tomorrow. So we are a little bit stressed, but we're going to do it on the fly here. So first of all, how was it to compete, Stephanie? How many days
it felt
has it been?
amazing. Yeah. So nice. The crowd was awesome. It was a full stack venue. Like, it was great. Really, really well ran show.
So you competed in women's physique and it was 23 or 24 girls stepping on stage, correct?
No, there was actually only 13.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was the biggest. No, okay. I'm sorry.
Nope. No, that's okay.
So how was the lead up to the show? Because we saw you on Instagram leading up to the show. How are you feeling towards the show?
I just have to give credit where it's due. My coach, he's a magician. Like, I was changing and getting better every single meal. He carved me up and dried me out perfectly. I couldn't be more happy with how I looked.
Because we don't have to go into it, but I saw there were some, I thought you were in the hospital like a week before the show, was it?
I got like either food poisoning or the flu, like 10 days out for about 3 days.
Was that stressful or?
I try not to let it get me too stressed out or worried. It is what it is. We all get sick, you know. We can't do anything about it other than let it run its course. Hope for the best.
Sure. So your physique on show day, how did you like your physique? How did you like your package? Because that was very improved from the last showing, that's for sure.
Oh my gosh. Like I said, it doesn't matter what I placed. I looked like a completely different competitor versus the 2019 version of Stephanie. Like, I love how I looked. I'm obsessed. I can't stop looking at my stage pics.
How was the weight? Can you remember compared to last showing and now?
Yeah, I weighed 169 on stage in Omaha. In 2019, I weighed 163. And then on my second show in 2019, I did a really, really extreme diuretic protocol and I lost 16 pounds in about 36 hours and I weighed 147. So I was super flat. Yeah, it was not good. It was not healthy. I actually ended up falling to the ground after prejudging and medics came over. I probably should went to the hospital. But anyway, that's all behind us. And so I was 147 the last time I competed, 167, 169 the other day.
Wow. That's quite the difference, isn't it?
That's like 20 pounds. Yeah.
Wow. And also because you posted the before and not, well, the two pics beside each other, you know, and
yeah,
it was
the Transformation Tuesday post today. Yeah.
Wow. And the tan. Wow. You look, it was just spot. JB, did you see your tan? Did you see how
we did that ourselves? My personal assistant did my tan. We did it ourselves. That is pro tan.
Looked fantastic. And you were also, and you were so walk us through the first call out, because you were in the first call out. Who was in the first call out?
Well, I wasn't, and then they added me. So of course, you know, you're standing there, they're doing the call outs, they're saying people's names and numbers. They don't say my name. And I'm like, what the hell? And then they say my name and they add me to the end. And I'm like, okay. And I'm trying to think, is there 5 or 6 of us up here? Does that mean I'm 5th or 6th? Then they remove top 3. And then, you know, everyone pulls together and then they add, and that would be the second call out. So they brought 2 more girls in after they moved 3 away, and they moved me to the end of that. And I'm like, I just keep getting moved out. What is going on? And then immediately said, I'm too big. I'm too big.
Because we follow it. Sadly, there was no stream again, so we just follow. We saw some of the action on your Instagram actually. You had a little bit of
we went live for everyone. I hope that it was okay.
And then I saw it. You were on the left in the first call out, and all of a sudden they removed you, and you got further pushed out to the side. And I couldn't believe what was going on.
Yeah, I immediately knew. And it's not just, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, it just depends who shows up that day. You know, if it's everybody's small and you're big, then they're going to go with the smaller girls. It wasn't even that as much as it was. I was explained later. Now that female bodybuilding is back, they do not want women's physique girls to be big with a lot of muscle maturity and density. That's not the look they're going for in women's physique. They're going for a smaller, almost figure women's physique look, if that makes sense.
They're going for a, what did they say? A smaller, almost like a figure girl women's physique look is what they want now. Okay.
So anyone that's in women's physique that has a lot of density and muscle maturity, they're probably going to be marked down because they want them to move up so that they can grow female bodybuilding.
But what I think is strange with that is it's opposite of what's going on at the Olympia, though. Because if you look
I brought that up. I talked to the head judge and the promoter, and I brought that up. And I said, for instance, let's look at Ivy Rain's back. She's so dense. And they said, that's absolutely correct. But she's still like 20, 30 pounds smaller than me. So Ivy is like 140, 145 on stage. I was 170. So she's still a lot smaller.
How much taller are you than her?
Like 2-3 inches. And I brought that up too. Because I'm 5'7", so I'm obviously gonna be big no matter what. I'm tall. So in order for me to fill out my frame and it still look appealing and not flat and stringy, I've got to fill it out. I'm a tall girl. So when I pose, I come to life. I pose and I'm larger than life. So you put me up against girls that are 5'2", 5'3", 5'4", 5'5", they're 30, 40, 50 pounds lighter than me. I'm gonna obviously look huge next to them. Now, I mean, it should be interesting to see how I look in size versus, you know, another class. Female bodybuilders. I don't know. I kind of feel like maybe I'm too big for women's physique, but not big enough for female bodybuilding yet. We'll see.
No, that's yes, JB.
Yeah, we hope that they introduce the lightweight bodybuilding class soon. Hopefully.
Right.
Yeah. It's just okay. Well, I want to ask about Sarah Villegas then and Ivy Rain, and because they're a lot bigger, and they're looking huge in the women's physique class.
And that's my thought. My thought process is, okay, so you have someone like Christelle who won. Yeah. How is she going to do at the Olympia now against someone like, Sarah or Ivy or even Natalia? Like how? Like those girls
I have no idea.
So much more density. And I just think that it's one of those situations where the top 5 at the O are just a different caliber. You know, they don't have to requalify. They don't have to do these pro shows. Mm-hmm. So they're in a league of their own every year. They're automatically qualified. Their criteria is a little different for them.
Well, if you guys don't follow Stephanie on Instagram or FBBC on Instagram, this is breaking news for you guys. So what's happening right now? What's the major news with you now after this show?
The major news for me is I am no longer a women's physique competitor. I'm going to be making my female bodybuilding debut at the Chicago Pro, which is held in Atlanta next weekend. So I'm 10 days out from being a female bodybuilder.
JB,
I can't even believe I'm saying that.
While you're looking at her delts and conditioning, and she's round, and she's telling everyone she's coming to women's bodybuilding. JB, you're very negative when girls say that because you always complain. What about this move? Is this the right move for you, JB?
I think yes, because Stephanie has the right potential for the female bodybuilding class, definitely. And because I follow her since a year now, I think on Instagram. You know, don't know this, but she constantly getting more muscle belly, more size, more condition, and she's improving, and I think she's never stopped. So that's the right move.
So you're going to women's bodybuilding now. Is it exciting?
I'm very
which class
excited.
you're going to be in.
It's a little bittersweet for me because I've always said, women's physique has my heart. That's where I really wanted to be on the Olympia stage at in women's physique. But after talking to literally everyone in the industry over the weekend, I mean, I've had hundreds of people reaching out to me. I know this is the right move, and I know that it's finally my opportunity to shine because I've been held back in women's physique for so long. I've had to literally not train. I've had to not eat because my body just wants to grow. And I've had to, kind of like dole it down just to stay in a division. And now they just unleashed a beast.
Wow.
I mean, all of this is without me training shoulders for years.
What?
Yeah, I haven't trained shoulders in like 2 to 3 years.
What?
No, I was scared. Really? I was scared. Yeah, I was scared to get too big for women's physique. And now I'm too big. So now it's time to train and eat. And I can't wait.
Wow. Well, we saw it was Alina Popa when with the video, she was the one recommended it for you. You guys, you can check that out on Wings of Strength Instagram page there.
I think that it's on the YouTube, like the Fem Flex Friday. They have a YouTube, but I posted it on my story as well because holy crap, you have Linda Murray and Alina Popa talking about me for 2 minutes straight.
We lost you for 1 second.
Yeah, I had a call coming in. Sorry.
And
yeah, I'm just speechless at what they said. How can I not switch divisions after you have these two legendary, iconic women telling me that I'm like the new face of bodybuilding or could be, and I'm the bomb.com and the total perfect package. Like, how do I not run with that?
One thing is interesting with that, JB, in the men's side, the last years, there's no Joe Weider anymore. So the guys don't really have like one mentor they listen to and follow. But we've seen over and over the last 2 years now that when Alina and Linda Murray has advices, a lot of the athletes actually listen and do change classes and do change so it's very nice to see that the female athletes really, they respect Alina Popa, Linda Murray and what they're telling them and actually does something with it, so it's that's nice. So Chicago, we have Chicago Pro.
Yep.
10 days.
I gotta learn some poses.
Oh, that's who's teaching you that? Because we see
Coach and I, we will be FaceTiming every day and working on the posing. Obviously I need a suit for prejudging and a suit for finals because you have to wear 2 suits. But yeah, like I'm really ready to just embrace this fully. I've been studying the division and the top 10 at the Olympia and following them now. And I'm just ready to dive into it and give it my all. And honestly, I'm as excited I am for Chicago. I'm almost already more excited to get into an off season because I'm ready to grow and see what my body can actually do now. Because like I said, I've been holding back for years.
Yeah, that's a good mindset because even if you come in now with not enough size to win, you don't have to go down because you didn't prepare for, just like Heather Grace, who's also prepped by Nasir. She went into this without knowing doing women's bodybuilding. So it's a learning process, I would imagine, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it totally is. And like I said, I'm really excited to kind of open a new chapter in my bodybuilding career and just learn and absorb and grow. And, after watching the video numerous times, what they keep saying about me, they're not saying to take an off season. They're saying I'm ready now. They said I would have won Omaha if I had done female bodybuilding. So why would I wait? Why would I wait until next year? Why not just go get my feet wet, see what happens, and then take the feedback and run with it? I know I still have at least 1 or 2 more shows left in me this year, so I'm just going to keep going. And honestly, Coach didn't really fill me out as much as we could have because, again, I'm kind of, when I pose, I come to life, and So he kind of held back a little bit. So we're going to go all in 10 days and really fill me out and see what happens. And I don't really pump up much either. So let's see what happens with more carbs and then pumping me up before stage.
Just for imagination, what would have happened if you filled up and went into the women's bodybuilding, do you think, at
I would have won. Go watch the video. Elena already said I would have won.
Wait. You would have won? You would have beaten Michaela Aycock and Jessica Martin?
I will share with you some feedback that I got as to why I would have won. They said it's a structural thing. My structure is why I would have won. Obviously, Michaela has the conditioning. If anything, I know I would have at least gotten second. I've already put up comparisons between me and Jessica. Jessica's beautiful. I love her. I've actually competed against her in women's physique. And it's still hard for me to grasp and understand what they're saying. But when I do the comparisons, I do see it. I think that they definitely just want someone that has the aesthetic look for, you know, kind of like the old era of bodybuilding, the pretty lines, pretty face, the shape, the flow, all of it. And they said, I have it, you know, it's not even a matter of I'm not conditioned enough. It's just, I have the total package and I'm just going to get tighter and better in 2 weeks and fuller.
Man, yeah, good confidence. This is good.
Yep.
Stephanie Marie,
you gotta have that, right?
Yes, of course. You have to believe
even if I come in last, it's gonna be awesome.
Well, we can't wait. Who's doing Chicago? Christina Nicole. Who else is doing Chicago?
Christina Nicole, Sheena Oleg.
Yes.
Now I do know that Teresa is supposed to do women's physique, but somebody needs to tell her. Somebody needs to tell her what's happening in women's physique with the muscle density, because that's going to happen to her what just happened to me. So if somebody can reach out to her right now before she registers.
JB, we know Teresa Ivancic pretty well, and looking at the pictures on Instagram, she looks exactly women's bodybuilding the same. There's no, I don't think she's,
to tell her.
I don't think she's changed her look to women's physique look. JB, do you think so?
No, not really. No, not really. But I don't know really if the actual, the up-to-date pictures are really that up-to-date. I don't know. You know what I mean? So maybe she wants to hide her actual.
Regardless, her muscle density in her back is not what they're going for in women's physique. Go look at the top 3 from Omaha, and then look at Teresa's back.
It's JB, and of course it's different criteria, but when we saw Stephanie there on the side, like glowing on the pics, and then she was all the way on the side, not in the middle. We couldn't believe it. So what's your take on the winners? The top 3, because the girl in third, what's her name? She's a completely new athlete to me.
Carrie or something, maybe?
Yeah. What do you think? Well, we don't have to. What do you think about her? But it was just a very, like, I saw the girl in 5th. There was a new black
Christina
girl there
Bryant. I'm going to be honest. Okay. So 3rd place, I don't see it. I don't get it. 1st and 2nd, beautiful. They deserve that. 3rd place, I don't think should have even been in that. If you really look at that top 6 or even 7, the first 3 kind of have that almost stringier look. They're not as dense. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, me, I'm 7th. All of us have way more muscle density and maturity. Christina Bryant, the Jacqueline, short blonde hair, Winsome, I think is her name. That was her pro debut.
Very good.
Everyone out of the top 3 had more muscle density than the top 3. So that's telling you and showing you what they're going for in women's physique.
Well, this can also be, who's the main judge at this show?
Tarek Al-Gindi, Tamer's brother.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's also a matter of opinion of these judges who judge hair. We don't know, do we? But let's see. But anyway, fantastic news that you are upbeat. You have a new plan. The plan is now, you are focused on this plan, and you are very in women's bodybuilding. You're very young because you have another 15 years left in the tank.
No, Five. That's it. 5 years.
Oh, that's it.
Man, I've kind of said from day one, I don't want to compete past 40. I'm 35 years old.
I know, but the women's bodybuilding, we go hard.
Here's the thing. I really take a lot of pride in my femininity, and I just don't want to keep pushing it to a point where there's no return. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they want someone that has a beautiful face, and they want someone that's feminine. And the longer you do it, the longer you're on cycle. You know, some of those side effects, they don't go away. You know,
you are. I heard that you are you're more conservative now than before, aren't you? On that part.
Oh my gosh, it's insane. This prep, I did the least amount of cardio, the least amount of steroids, and the most amount of food I've ever done in my career.
When you say the least amount of steroids, can you give us an example, or is it too private?
Yeah, no, I'm totally open and transparent about that. I took Pharma, HGH, Clen, Anavar, and Primo. In the past, I've taken that plus another 5-6 things.
Another 5-6 compounds to that.
Yes.
Do you feel better now then? Just feel better.
I feel amazing. That's why I said I can keep going. At this rate, we'll just keep going.
Well, thank you for your time. And Stephanie Marie will be hitting the Chicago Pro Women's Bodybuilding event.
I'm excited.
Just a couple. That show is going to get streamed.
Yes.
Yes. So we will see it. Do you have a routine planned already?
I don't have a routine, but I have the song ready. And I have a new suit coming. The song is Wicked Games by Rain. That's pretty old school. It's really sick. And I'm going with like a Barbie theme. I've got a hot pink, silver, white suit coming.
JB, this is like a European women's bodybuilding routine we like, isn't it, JB?
Yeah, definitely. I really look forward to it.
Yes, I am too. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for your time. And Stephanie, take us out with something freaky. And there you go. Stephanie Marie, 10 days out, Chicago Pro.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.